Hello, my fellow forest fawns. Welcome back to Fawn of the Forest, the tarot channel for sweet little sensitive woodland creatures like yourself and like Bambi, who is helping me out today. I just got this really cute little Bambi sticker off Etsy, the original Fawn of the Forest. Today's question is, why aren't they texting you back? I think the answer is obvious, because they stink, but we're going to get some clarity for you. We're going to spin the wheel in a second, or you can do the old-fashioned pick a card or pick a pile 1, 2, 3. But if you've never played before, what happens is I spin the wheel in just a second, and you use your phone to take a screenshot or use your phone's camera if you're watching on a TV. And whatever number you land on with that screenshot or photo is your pile 1, 2, or 3. So without any further ado, let us spin, and I will see you in your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today's question is, why aren't they texting you back? And I'm sorry you haven't gotten a text back. But let's just, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. Let's put these out here. Let's get started and start figuring out what is going on. And I'll bring Bambi over here to help. But you can see that. All right. So with this first, why did I text back? Star. Embarrassment. I'm supposed to be in their energy. Okay. Embarrassment. I feel like somebody feels, okay, I think they do feel like they dropped the ball of some kind. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. And I think that they felt that the connection was unbalanced with this reverse justice card. And that somebody, I'm seeing that there's a masculine energy present here that was becoming domineering and just like not healthy ultimately. Here we go. With that reverse emperor card, I think there was something about this connection that felt off and imbalanced. And I think that, however, they are aware that it's not the nicest thing to not text back. The Ace of Swords is about communication. Yeah, I think this is literally about texting. I think they got turned off. And, you know, I just want to say that in all these readings, it's like take what you like and leave the rest. But I'm just going to try to be as honest as I can with what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing that they got turned off by something. And this is not to assign blame to you or to anybody in particular. I think that they didn't feel steady. They felt just off kilter. I see a lot of off kilter and being turned off. I don't think that this feels quite like a romantic connection. If it did feel like a romantic connection at some point, it no longer does. Yeah. And you watching, you fawns watching, I see like, you know, you don't quite want to let this go. I see more of like, oh God, I have to start all over again. And you thought that this was going to be a better connection. And I'm sorry that I see disappointment, and I see feeling like, okay, I have to start over. I have to keep going. But I do see that being a constructive move for you to keep going and keep meeting new people. It ain't over yet. Yeah, I think that a lot of you feel like this keeps happening to you, and you're in your heads about why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep meeting people who kind of flake out? And you feel stuck in this weird plateau right now, whether it's dating or whatever, talking to people, where you're just like, I'm ready for more than this, but people just aren't there right now. The people you're meeting right now just aren't there, and you feel like you're being drained because you want a stronger connection than that. Sorry for any background noise. Yeah. interesting. So yeah, I mean, we have the heartbreak card here. And I think a lot of you guys watching, you just want like some kind of commitment. You want a steady commitment. And I like know it's out there for you guys, but right now it's just really not really happening. And I think that you're getting really upset. And I think it's worth it to pay attention to your feelings here and to let yourself like really spend some time doing some internal work around like how you're feeling and around like comforting yourself. Yeah, I think maybe for some of you, oh, here comes the hermit. Yeah, there's a resistance to that, but you are going to grow from it, and it's going to be like you have less of a chance to feel drained. So this is like some of you with this Chariot reversed, like I said, whether it's dating or talking to people, you might take this as, you know what, I'm just going to take a little break and step back from this whole world or whatever it is, the apps, whatever. And but you know, I think it's like part of you is resistant to that because you're like, well, I already did all this work on myself to be ready. But that doesn't mean that the universe is quite ready to meet you yet. There might still be like a little bit more time that needs to pass. And I see like you getting more comfortable, just like, honestly, I see some of you guys taking yourselves out and being like, all right, well, if this person can't do it, or these people, like, I'm not going to put my life on hold for doing the things that I want to do because that would be dumb. So, you know, I see some of you guys taking yourselves out for dates and things like that, just to, you know, to remind yourself, and it's a good reminder that you don't necessarily need somebody else to make you happy. You can give yourself the things that you're starving to get from other people. That's a good reminder from all of us, or for all of us. Let's just pull one last. I just feel like this is the final pull. I do see your situation turning around, and I think just like letting yourself feel bitter about it. I do see a possibility for new connections, and with the Magician, I see it as like, that's an interesting card because I feel like transformation. I think at some point you're going to look back on this period of your life and be like, well, yeah, I wasn't getting exactly what I wanted, but it was still like a really important, special time in my life for me and my relationship to myself. And you've had a tendency perhaps in the past to feel really shut out in the cold when things like this happen, when connections just drop out. But I think you're coming out of that, and it's about reconnecting with your own agency and reminding yourself, I can give myself what I want. So this is going to be a shorter reading. I'm just going to end with a magical mermaids and dolphins card for your next step, although I think I kind of covered some of those. Let's see here. Dream big. I like that for you. Dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. This feeds back into the thing of like giving yourself what you're starving to get from somebody else. And sometimes it's like, there was that like 8 of Swords reversed in there too, where it's like, yeah, we're just in our own heads, and we get like a one-track mind. We get what is that called? Like something vision. The word is escaping me. A tunnel vision. Tunnel vision, where it's like, no, it has to be this person. And some of you meet people and you fantasize about them and you think, oh my gosh, like they have so much potential. This is so great. I finally clicked with somebody. It is disappointing. And I think I want you to feel your disappointment, like not shove it down, feel it, let yourself be sad, but also know that you have your own back. And I'm going to read off the little booklet Dream Big is pretty self-explanatory. In the past, you may have seen yourself as insignificant. This card asks you to release any thoughts or feelings of inferiority. Truly believe that you are utterly qualified for any endeavor that you can dream about. Write down a list of your fears about moving forward, and then drown those fears by putting the paper into a bucket or a large bowl of water. Oh, that's an interesting exercise. Then take a cleansing shower, bath, or swim. Oh, this is very concrete for you guys for what to do. The water seals your new way of seeing yourself. Yes, water is magical. seeing yourself as you are in truth and equal to all other children of the higher power. So yes, these types of situations can cause you to get down on yourself, but you are powerful and your dreams are powerful. So I think I see a way forward for you. This is a bump in the road. There will be more. If they're not texting you, it's kind of like time to divest your energy. Um, and I don't think necessarily, it's anyone's fault. It's just that they did not feel the connection. They were looking for something else. And the more you can like not really analyze that, especially in this situation, and just kind of be like, all right, that didn't work out. Let me lick my wounds, take care of myself, and move on. I think the better you'll be, and you'll start to feel better soon. So I hope that was helpful for you, pile number one. If you like that, please like and subscribe and tell all your friends about Fawn of the Forest. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to ask, why aren't they texting you back? Why aren't they texting you back? And we're going to get some information about what's in their energy, but also about what you can do for yourself and to feel empowered, because it's all about feeling empowered. So that's their energy. Okay. Two of Cups. Interesting. Whoa. That's a really interesting first pull. So, okay, so all these, like, Two of Cups is like, yeah, love, connection. I like you, you like me, couples. Knight of Wands is like on a mission. Sometimes it's like a sexual attraction card. The Chariot is forward motion. Let's go quickly. So I feel like this person, when I'm in their energy, it's like, seems like they like you. So what gives? And then there's this Nine of Wands reverse. There's some kind of fight. Maybe some of you watching, you guys had a fight. Literally, and so they're upset, and they're not responding to you, which is like not the greatest. But I do feel like this person likes you. Maybe it's also that they feel, maybe it's that they feel that things got kind of rushed, and I get the sense also for some of you that this person is not the biggest fan of hard conversations, confrontation, like they're avoiding fighting, avoiding a confrontation. Let's get some more about their energy. Let's get. Interesting. Okay, yeah, I see that. Okay, interesting. It's like there's some unhappiness here with the reverse Queen of Cups and the being out in the cold card, is what I call it, for Five of Pentacles. I think that they got triggered or something. It's possible that they got triggered and they picked up on some energy that they didn't like, though. And I think that rather than talk to you about it, like communicate about it, they just are kind of avoidant and they're going back into their shell. And let's get clarification. Yeah, this person might come back. It would require you to be like patient and just waiting it out. They might come back to you with like an offer of some kind, not like an offer, but more like, hey, let's talk. Maybe an offer to talk or do something. For some of you, I think it'll be like kind of acting like they never stopped communicating. Just like, oh, I'm just gonna waltz back in and pretend like everything is fine. And just kind of want to keep moving forward, but that's not going to really work for you guys because it's like you guys didn't wrap up what happened when they stopped texting you. Like there was something that happened, and I think, yeah, this person might have a tendency to just kind of flush the toilet, as I guess you could say. They just like, all right, flush it, next, flush. If you've ever read anything by Natalie Liu, her website Baggage Reclaim, she talks about people who try to flush and just pretend or chop. She has different names. It's very funny, kind of tongue in cheek, but really good stuff she writes about. Natalie Liu, Baggage Reclaim. If you want to check that out, her blog has been around for a long time. But yeah, there's a kind of like an unfinished energy where I think that's just how they handle conflict, is that they kind of dodge it and then they come back around and try to just act like nothing happened. And whether or not that works for you is obviously up to you. Just pull another fulfillment. Yeah, interesting. So we have the Nine of Pentacles here, which is about fulfillment and satisfaction, like enjoying the fruits of your labor. The Page of Swords is like a message. And for people watching this, it's almost like, yeah, when you're okay and steady again, that's when you'll hear from them. And it's a little bit of a power play. I don't know if it's really conscious, but that they are coming in with kind of this energy, reverse Ace of Swords and King of Pentacles. Like, it throws you off balance because I feel like you guys might be like, all right, well, they don't want to talk. I'm going to let it go. But then, and yeah, you have things going on in your life that are positive and you start to focus on that. But then you get these messages and it throws you off center, which I don't really love for you. I kind of like it when you're just off leading your lives and not worried about it. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, so you're going to get bored with this dynamic at some point if you're not already. And I see a lot of you watching being the type to say something with this Queen of Swords. Like, she will get to the point. She will be like, dude, you got to get it together. What are you doing? And I don't see the other person really responding well to any confrontation about their behavior. With this reverse Knight of Swords, it's like, so, Knight of Swords is like, I'm going in, but it's just like falling over on yourself. It's like kind of going too fast and then tripping and falling. Like, I see them maybe being defensive. I see them being a little bit petty with that reversed Five of Swords when you try to call them out. And that's just going to be kind of boring for you. So, yeah, I hope that like provided some insight for you. Let's pull a card for your next step because you are here and you matter. Ooh, waves of prosperity. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. Yeah, like I said, you guys have good things going for you. I'm going to read off the booklet what it says. Waves of prosperity. New waves of abundance are sweeping over you right now. Observe any ideas that enter your mind at this time, as they may be seeds of a profitable new venture. Also notice any out-of-the-blue phone calls or chance meetings with people who could help you. This card also means that you're on a success streak. Yes, you're on a success streak. This is an excellent time to begin new ventures. Of course, follow your inner guidance and do appropriate research. You'll see that doors open easily for you and that you're filled with extra confidence and enthusiasm. Practice being a grateful recipient of good. Know that there's an ocean of abundance with no danger that it will dry up. Scarcity mindset does not have a place at this table where you're at. And I do see you, pile number 2, as someone who has a lot of good things going for them. And you don't really need to waste your time on someone who's not going to text you back because you're on a winning streak. You should just focus on that instead of some person who kind of doesn't know how to deal with confrontation or conflict, which is a key skill in serious relationships, in case anyone didn't tell you that. So I hope that reading was helpful for you, pile number 2. Wishing you all the best. If you like that, please like and subscribe and tell all of your fawn friends about Fawn of the Forest. I will see you in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3, and welcome to your reading. The question today is, why aren't they texting you? Why aren't they texting you back? Let's get right into it. I like to get right into it. Don't dilly-dally. Let's go. So let's see their energy. I see a conflict. Okay, so there's a passivity. If I had to say it, I say avoidance of the avoidant attachment. Just this reverse seven of wands is like the opposite of an underdog, like someone who has the upper hand actually. Um, and the six of swords is reversed, which is like not being able to escape. Not that avoidance in relationships have the upper hand. I'm just saying. I'm just getting avoidant energy off of this pull so far. We have the Two of Cups, so I do feel like there is some interest in you, and that they do, but I just don't see it really being there substantially. Um, I feel like they're almost in like this energy of like, what do I do next? What do I do? I don't know. They're just like at a standstill, and they can't even really understand why. It's possible that they don't know that they're avoidant, but hey, it ain't your job to teach them about attachment theory. Let's see. Oops. Okay. Yeah. So with this Four of Swords reversed, they're the type who's like, I need a lot of rest and I'm not getting it. Like, it's very much about their needs too. And, it's like, that's okay because people should be about their needs, but it's like how they self-regulate. And they like you. I feel like they do like you with this Two of Cups, but it's like a fight over their time and they're stingy. And it's almost like, yeah, they're drawn into these relationships with people because they're cool. Like, you're probably cool and you got good stuff going for you, and no. But then it's like, all right, this person's demanding too much of me now. Six of Pentacles reverse, holding something over. They're gonna expect something of me now. Um, Four of Pentacles, like that's like hoarding, and they're not willing to give it. They start to feel threatened by your emotional demands, and they might not even be that demanding, but that's what happens with them, and they get into their own heads. Um, for a few of you watching, there might be something to do with money, just because I feel like there's a lot of like money energy here with these last two cards, and just like maybe, for example, not saying this is it, but maybe they feel like, oh, you just like want me to pay for things or something, which may or may not be true, but that might be one of the ways that they justify pulling back and not texting you. Yeah. Yeah, this is what they do in relationships. They want to be in control, and there's nothing wrong with being in control. But the way that they're able to do that is kind of by making it so that you don't get what you need because their needs come first. And they're looking for somebody who can accept that. And I don't know that they've found it so far. I think they're like, well, I'll just keep trying and looking. Um, Notice I didn't say the word selfish, but there is a kind of, I mean, I think it's more in the nature, like, yes, it is selfish adjacent, but I feel like it's more in the nature of like selfish, self-preservation-y energy where they really do feel, I mean, that's typical avoidant. If you guys haven't read the book Attached, I think one of the authors is Peter Levine. Check it out. It's like a really good book on attachment theory that I recommend people. So yeah, I mean, this puts you at an impasse because they are, I don't know, waiting to see if you will be okay with this setup or if you will be like all the other ones and demand more. Yeah, I mean, I don't see a lot of you being too happy with that setup though. And if you are, great, cool. But if you were, you probably wouldn't be watching this video. Because you just will never know where you really stand because the person might have a tendency to like disappear. And I see some of you like blaming yourself, being like, well, if I can change and make them be more comfortable. No, you can't. Like, I see some of you wanting something a little more traditional, just, and like traditional in the sense of like, we're kind of equals. and there's balance. But in this case, there is not going to be balance. Justice is reversed. The balance that you seek is not necessarily going to be there. So yeah, it's funny that this card shows up. I see you getting bored with that dynamic if you're not already. Four of Cups, boredom, dissatisfaction, and then Five of Pentacles. It's like, yeah, you feel cast out, obviously, if someone's not getting back to you and you thought things were cool. But I see you like finding a way to replenish your energy and kind of lick your wounds from this little situation. Ultimately, I think you won't be happy with like the transactional nature of the connection that this person is offering you. And you're like, well, it shouldn't really be so transactional. It's kind of like the type of person who's like, oh yeah, you're my partner because we get together every Friday night and watch TV and have sex. So yeah, of course you're my serious partner, but you're like, no, I need a little more than that. I need to be able to talk to you. I don't want to feel like I'm on a restriction diet when I have a relationship. And I think that this person like needs a lot less of connection, honestly, in order to feel safe. And some of you may be okay with that. Some of you might not. I see quite a few of you getting kind of bored. And I see some of you blaming yourselves. I don't want you to do that. I see some of you walking away and just being like, all right, well, on to the next. Let me focus on myself for a while, which is always the answer. And let's pull a Mermaids and Dolphins card for your concrete next step. Let's see here. Interesting. I got Dream Big again. So I think I got Dream Big for the last pile, but hey, it's never a wrong time to dream big. It says, let go of small thoughts about yourself. See yourself succeeding. So I think this is for the people who blame themselves or like, well, if I could only make them more no, you can't. Do not make that mistake of being like, I can heal them. I can make them feel more comfortable. You are here. You are put on this earth to dream bigger than that. So let's not even go there, y'all. So all right, I'm just going to read this again. In the past, you may have seen yourself as insignificant. This card asks you to release any thoughts or feelings of inferiority. Truly believe that you are utterly qualified for any endeavor you can dream about. Write down a list of your fears about moving forward, and then drown those fears by putting the paper into a bucket or large bowl of water. Yes, this is a very concrete exercise. Then take a cleansing shower, bath, or swim. The water seals your new way of seeing yourself as you are in truth and equal to all other children of the universe. So yeah, this I think that this is too small for you. And it's better that you know now. It's disappointing. Go ahead, lick your wounds, be sad. But this is just, feel like you already outgrew this whole dynamic. And it's good to know that. It's good to know that so you can go find a place where, that can support your bigness because you deserve that. So pile number 3, I hope that was a helpful reading for you. If you like that, please be sure to like and subscribe and tell all your fellow forest fawns about Fawn of the Forest. And I will be sure to see you in the next reading. Bye.